Hi all, welcome to sonooskb, and today I'm going to show you how to install OS X on your Windows 11 within WSL on your Docker. So for this, I want to thanks sickcodes for this beautiful written code which I can find on github.com. From here I'll get the help and everything. Whatever I did is because of them, so they also thanked everybody. So here you can find all the credits. So this is my thank you for them, and let's start this video. So I'm going to install Mac OS X with WSL with Docker on Windows 11. So for this we have to install WSL on Windows 10 or 11 if you're installing on 10 or 11. So for this you can follow a simple guide or a video tutorial which I have created already in my playlist on my YouTube channel. You can find the installation of WSL on Windows 11, and apart from this you can go to my channel and go to the YouTube playlist of my channel, that is WSL2 Windows Subsystem for Linux. Here you can find the playlist on my YouTube channel. So go to playlist and there you can find these two videos. One is for Docker and Docker installation on Windows 11, and second one is for WSL installation. Second step is we are going to create a nested virtualization true in one of the WSL config file. The file is not created by default, so for that we have to create it. If it is not created in your system, then you have to create it, otherwise you can edit it. So you have to go to the users and there you have to create this file. Go to C users, then your username, and here you have to create the file which is not created. I think in my case you have to create it manually, and then insert the nested virtualization is equal to true. That will enable the virtual nested virtualization in my Windows 11 machine. So I'm creating that file here. I have created a text file, then I'm going to rename it .wslconfig. You have to do the same. So I have created one text document, then I'm renaming it to .wslconfig. You have to double click it after renaming it. Here you have to paste that code that nested virtualization is enabled. This is the code you have to copy and paste in the .wsl config file. Save it and close it. Now we have third step, that is download and install Docker for Windows. Apart from this, we have to check the one more configuration, and that is kvm-ok. kvm-ok will tell you whether the nested virtualization is supported by the WSL or not. For that you have to type kvm-ok in command in one of the WSL instance, that is my Ubuntu instance. So let's do it. So now I'm going to my WSL instance by going to my Windows terminal. WSL. This will start my WSL instance, which is Ubuntu's instance. I have only one WSL instance, so here I'll check the first I'll do sudo su and kvm-ok. That will check. Okay, it is not installed, so apt install CPU checker will install the functionality so that I can check the command. It will install this CPU checker, and now I'll check kvm-ok to check the nested virtualization on my system. Okay, that is saying that it is available and we can use the nested virtualization. So it means our configuration file works well, and now we can download and install the Docker for Windows. For this we have to go to the you have to go to again my playlist at my YouTube channel, and there you will find a dedicated video for WSL with Docker installation on Windows 11, Docker desktop, WSL backend. Or you can follow these steps which I'm going to tell you now, but I'm doing some fast forwarding because otherwise it will take another half an hour for the setting up the WSL Docker on my Windows 11. So follow these steps which I'm going to show you, and till then enjoy the video because I'm fast forwarding it. Now as we have installed the Docker, now we have to configure it so that it can work along with WSL, or we can integrate it with WSL. Let's do the steps, and if you want to see the full video you can follow my playlist which is there on the YouTube, and wherein I can show you that how to install Docker. That is 10 minutes video, and that is a full video. Let's wait for settings to comes up so that we can install. Now we have to go to general and then WSL, use the WSL based engine. This is the setting, use the WSL based engine, that is checked already. Now after that we have to go to resources. This is the second option, yeah, resources, and WSL integration. WSL integration is the third option. I think fourth option is there, so we have to go to here and enable integrate, and Ubuntu is showing there, so we have to check it, enable it, and apply and restart the system so that it can apply the settings. Now as we have downloaded and installed the Docker, now it's time for X11 apps so that it can set up the OSX, MacOS on WSL. For that we have to go to Windows terminal again, and there we have to go to the WSL instance, that is my Ubuntu instance. Now my Docker is also integrated with that particular WSL instance that we can see now. Let's check first WSL space -L space -V. It will show that Docker is installed and Ubuntu is also installed, and that is integrated. Now I'm going into my WSL instance. Here we have to do sudo su again. Let's put the password and clear the screen. Now let's see installation of X11 apps. sudo apt install x11 apps. Why? Then that will install the packages is required for this particular X11 apps system. It will take some time in installation. It's completed now. Now it's done. We have installed the package successfully. Let's see what we can do here. Now the last step is that Docker is installed, X11 apps is installed. Now we have to run the final Docker command to run the Mac OS on our Docker and within Windows 11. We are going to use following Docker run command to install OSX big-sur on WSL. Let's go to my WSL instance again. For this, we'll check the status once again by WSL space L space -v. This will show that everything is running, and let's go to WSL sudo su again, and I have copied that particular code which will run OSX big-sur on this particular WSL instance. So let's copy and paste this particular code. This will start the Docker container with OSX big-sur on WSL Windows 11. Paste it. In your case, it will take some time in downloading. In my case, I have already downloaded it, and I think it's started as well. And here we have to create the VNC password first. You may need to install the VNC viewer from their website. I'm mentioning the URL in description box, and just press enter after that code is inserted, and we have to change the VNC password to access the OSX big-sur from the VNC panel. So I'm just copying everything in description box, so you need not to worry about anything. So this is the password I'm setting it up, a default password I'm setting it up, and VNC viewer, you can download it from their website, and local host and port 5099 5999 is the port number. Here I'm putting the same password which I have just created. Oh, just look at this. Now my Mac OS is booting up. It will take some time, and I have to modify some hard disk related partition so that it can be installed, because by default it will be booting into recovery mode. Let's wait for it. It will take some time. The total installation of this particular system will take around 3 hours, so you have to be patient for this. Disk utility you have to go to. There you can find 3 different partitions. 2 are very small, and one is this is 2 GB partition. This one is 402 MB partition, so we are not going to install here. So this is 274 GB. This is coming from my real hard disk, but this is a virtual partition. We can format it, not an issue. So here you have to erase the partition and put the name here, which will be name of your hard disk. I'm putting it my WSL Mac OS, erasing it. It will take few seconds to format it or erase everything. We have to press done here. Now we have to close this disk utility so that we can start the installation of OSX. Close it. Now reinstall macOS big-sur. Great, now it's starting. Click continue. It will take 2 hours now, so you have to follow on-screen method which I am following. This will install the system. but you have to be patient because it will take some time depending upon the internet speed of your system. So select the my WSL macOS disk which we have just formatted or erased. Continue. Now follow the on-screen wizard. Hi, after some time maybe you find this is stuck here, so we have to exit from the Mac OS installation, and we have to reconnect our container, and we have to reset the password of VNC again, and we have to try it again. So for this, just follow these steps. Press Q and it will exit the installation, and we have to put this command docker start to restart the container. This is our container of Mac OS. We have to reconnect it. It will restart the container. Now we have to set the VNC password again so that we can connect again to the Mac OS installation. For that we have to do the same thing, change VNC password and then the username. You can take any of the username, whatever you want to, and these steps we may need to repeat once or twice during this installation. Whenever you find that installation is stuck or it may require restart, so we are going to put the password again here, and the installation will start again. So I'm fast forwarding everything now because it will taking time, and I do not want to make this video for 1 hour long. Again we have to repeat those steps which we did earlier. So we have to press Q again to exit the installation. This will stop the right hand window. Okay, this is gone. Now we have to again start the Docker container with the command docker start, and then we have to change the VNC password again. Okay, now it's starting again. Now we have to change the VNC password with the command change VNC password sonooskb. Sonooskb is the username, and we have to reconnect. And I think in next 5 minutes our installation will be completed successfully. You can see the Mac OS logo desktop, and we can access some of the Mac OS application in the end of this video. If you like this video, you have to subscribe my channel. if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe my channel, and you can like my channel, you can share with your friends. Whatever you want to do, please do. Thank you.